Welcome, Front Row Theater fans. Hey, I want to invite you to a special place today. This is a project that was near and dear to our heart. This is an animal sanctuary for injured animals in Florida. It's called Bush Wildlife. Check them out at bushwildlife.org. And by the way, if you feel led to donate, please do. They're totally financed by fundraising and money that comes from the people that come through. The facility is free, just so you know, if you ever want to come here and take a tour of the animals and see what's going on. But let me show you how we help them with technology in their quest to make things better for the animals that they're taking care of. Come on in. This is the main entranceway. We hung TVs for there. Up on the screen, you'll see one of the birds that's been here forever. And there was an image of Amy, the director. It's open to the public, as we said. This is their Discovery Center, where people can come in and check things out. Up in the corner in the ceiling, you'll see a wireless access point from Access Networks, which is our preferred vendor for this particular job. And it was great to work with them. As you can see, another access point. Our scope of work here was pretty interesting. It was dealing with the network and all the connectivity for the different devices that they have here. Also, we put in a security camera system that we'll point out as we go through the property. We also did access control, limiting guests from going to certain areas or allowing the not only the volunteers, but of course the full-time employees to get in and out of the facilities appropriately. This is the gift shop where people can buy things, and they've got a standard cash register that's hooked up to the internet. All the phones are voice over IP. That was a system they had provided through their IT company. We provided just the connectivity. Access points there. You'll see a camera installed in the corner of the ceiling. Another camera system, another AP, another camera system, or camera. We have access control from Lanier. Here's the lunchroom. This is our closet, and this is our rack. So this is the head end for the total property and the total campus. Basically, all the fiber originates from here and goes out to the different buildings. They are currently serviced by Comcast, which is their ISP provider. And what we have here is a Sophos firewall that was provided by Access Networks. We have the Access Networks 48-point switch. These are our fiber leads and Cat6 jumpers. We have a TOA paging system, just in case somebody gets lost on the property, we can page and find a child or find a parent. This is where we put the IC real-time NVR for the property. And we've got an Extreme Networks lithium powered conversion UPS, keeping the system up and running in the moments that power kind of dissipates from here to there. Trying to see if there's any tech back here. Got access point in the ceiling. We've got a paging horn up top, just in case, a child or is there an emergency, an announcement needs to be made. We've got a dual lens camera system there to cover the property and protect the animals and the occupants. The campus is 19 acres, and it took approximately, about 18 months to put it together. for use for the area. It's been here for 40 years in the marketplace, and they've served the Jupiter community and the animals and the injured animals for that period of time. They really are well known and well respected. The trees are not as mature at this facility yet as they were the older one, but over time the shading will come into play, and they're doing things with putting up shades and sails to make it more comfortable during the summer. But the animals are all over the place, and if you get lucky, you'll catch one like that bobcat sitting underneath and catching the shade in the hot Florida sun. Got another cat underneath this guy here. This building's known as the animal feeding area, and they prepare food in there to feed the different animals and take care of them inside. In there we have a network switch, etc. So you'll see a camera that's mounted to the left of the lighting, the white bullet camera from IC Real Time, just covering the property and covering people going back and forth, making sure the animals are safe. This is the educational amphitheater. They use this for groups and presentations where they can bring out animals and discuss the different things that are going on with animals related to the state of Florida and what's happening here from time to time. There's some technology certainly installed here. We've got cameras once again on the front covering the pathways, making sure people are okay. They have additional technology coming, and they have funding coming in for a projection system with an outdoor screen for presentation, and et cetera, so forth. So this is kind of ready to go. But once again, another access network switch is hidden inside the building, and it's to populate the property. These buildings are all connected through fiber from Landshack. Great company to work with, really simple, straightforward, great people. I have another camera here on the side. The camera post off the animal enclosure over there has 4 camera heads in it pointed in different direction, giving us basically a 360-degree view of the property at that point. So we're able to look in different directions at one time, focusing on their trailers as well as the property and keeping things safe. Another dual lens camera hanging off the back of the building. The favorite bird of the United States, the bald eagle. These eagles have been injured and can't be repatriated back to the wild because of their injuries. But if they are able to rehabilitate them to the point where they can survive in the wild, they will put them back out there. So we'll show you some of the bigger animals that they house here. So I believe this guy is from California. They just got him from California a few weeks ago, and I believe he's the Florida Panther. My bad. So there he is, and that's what one looks like. He's probably running back into the cool shade of his pen. He's no dummy. More cameras on the buildings. Once again, watching the pathways, watching the property, making sure no one's coming in at night trying to feed an animal when they're not supposed to. You can get a good shot of it. There's a bear in the shade over there underneath. There's a little deck. Yes, there are bears in Florida. Red and gray foxes hanging out. You know it's hot in Florida when they put fans out for the animals. Different birds that have been injured, rescued, can either be put back or not. If they're here permanently, it's because, once again, they can't be put back into the wild or they won't survive. Look at the beautiful barn owl. Difference, if you have a summer camp or a school or whatever, you need a place to go, give Busch Wildlife a holler. They'll be more than happy to entertain your group and tell you what's involved in that. Most of the cameras are going to be attached to the buildings, except for the one that you saw that was on the post. There's two access gates on the property, one closest to the road and one further in, and this allows the staff and crew to go in and out behind the facilities to bring in food, move move product around, whatever the case is, plant things or so forth. And also the fire department has a way to unlock it on their own so they can get in and out with no problem, just in case of a fire. Because the front of the property is open certainly to the public at all nights, it was a good idea to put cameras around to see what's going on at night, just in case you have some kids deciding to be silly or whatever the case is, trying to get over a fence and play, wrestle a panther or mess with a bear. This is where all the injured animals come. This is also where the drop-off is. If there's somebody has on their property in the middle of the night, picks up baby rabbits or maybe an injured squirrel or something like that, this is where they would bring them. We've got cameras located there, as well as inside when we walk in. So coming into the hospital, protect everybody behind these doors. We've got an access panel again, as well as a camera to make sure that everybody's safe. This is our access network enclosure with a linear access panel enclosure. All wires are run to this facility, and this is replicated in some of the other buildings on the property.